Alrighty, so Marietta just announced a West Coast tour. Tickets go until Friday, and if you knew me in late 2018 to 2021, 2022, I was obsessed with that band. They took over my life in and I think a cool way, but maybe in an unhealthy way too. I'm still in disbelief that they're back together. It doesn't feel real, but I'm gonna talk about them today. I love both Summer Death and As It Were, but I'm probably just gonna talk about Summer Death today and the reunion. Probably doing As It Were video later because that album does deserve its own little section. Oh yeah. Son of a bitch. I left my water bottle at home. When I got into Marietta, they were already, disbanded, broken up, whatever you want to call it. Hiatus, I guess. And I was upset, but I also kind of, most of the time, bands from that era and that genre don't get back together. So I kind of already accepted that, And I never thought, oh, I'm going to see them live one day. I always thought it was a band that I missed. Even now that they're back together, they haven't played in the West Coast, just their hometown shows and a few other ones. So it still doesn't feel that real to me. I've seen their sets on YouTube, I've watched them, but still I haven't physically seen them, so it feels different. They're playing in San Diego and in LA. I'm for sure going to the San Diego show. Who knows if they'll come back to the West Coast, if they do at all. So I'm probably gonna go to the LA one too if I can. Be in the pit for one and then just watch the other. I don't know which one yet. I think I'm gonna go to both shows because they were my Spotify, they were like my #1 band on Spotify for like 4 years in a row. And then Story So Far took over. That band altered my brain chemistry when it came to writing music, writing lyrics, just the structure of a song. My old band that I was in, Spice Runner, I straight up ripped off God Bless Eric Taylor. Structurally, I just straight up took the structure of that song. I'm gonna see how this feels for one. Honestly, I found them just by coincidence. In Spotify, once your playlist is over, it'll play random songs that it'll think you'll like. Well, it played Summer Death, and I heard it, I liked it. I added it to my playlist and my liked songs, but I didn't really listen to it. I thought the melody was cool, it was catchy, and it made me want to go back to it, but I never actually listened to the track. And then one day, I don't know how or why, but it came on again in my car, and I actually listened to it, structurally, the music, the lyrics, everything. And my jaw dropped, and my third eye just opened, and I was like, holy crap, what is this? And then I checked out the whole album, Summer Death. Holy crap, the intro song, So They Left Me at the Gas Station, that was my favorite song for a while. And then after that, it was, I guess now, my favorite song still is, tied between God Bless Eric Taylor or Chase I Hardly Know Ya. And Pony Up is up there too. I can't believe that I knew of them, and it took me so long to finally listen to them. I'm so the way that band just altered everything about me, changed my thought process and everything. I love their acoustic sessions. I wish they had the audio tree or a Tiny Elephant session too, but the acoustic sessions were so good. And then that one with Modern Baseball. When Modern Baseball did It's Cold Out Here, and then Marietta came out from the back to do the group vocals. That part, oh, that's so cool. I was geeking. And low-key, I used to call them Marietta because it's M-A-R. And right now, the gym I'm at is in Marietta, M-U-R, so we say Marietta. So for a year and a half, I called them Marietta. But still, and it slips out every now and then. I still say Marietta, but now I've learned that it's Marietta, which is weird. I need to do a top step real quick. Let me see if my homie will spot me. I freaking hate this part. Getting in there isn't. I know. All right, I'm gonna go for. I'm trying to practice. For years, I always just went constant, So I'm trying to practice stopping and coming up. So I'm gonna just try to do 3 real quick. Oh. Alright, so I bit off more than I can chew with that one. That was embarrassing. But I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to not. Pretty sure my leg was shaking like crazy, but I'm trying not to have the bar just flow or not bounce off my chest. I want to control it. I'm gonna do 2 sets of 225 for, I don't know how many I got in me. I love, that's also, that album and that band is what made me fall in love with group vocals, gang vocals, whatever you want to call them. I think Marietta, fuck. And them, Trapped Under Ice, and Set Your Goals probably have the best group vocals I've ever heard, ever. And you know what? When I first got into Benquad, I heard, like, I remember listening to them and thinking, there's a little Marietta in this sound. It's a little, Benquad's a little more drivey, a little more driven, like it's guitar-wise. The vocals are a little bit more processed. But I still heard structure and, like, even some of their group vocals, I heard Marietta in them. When I went to go see Hot Mulligan, Heart Attack Man, Benquad played Secret Them Out Shit Show as a cover, and I was like, in my head I was like, oh my god, I called it. I knew they loved Marietta, you know? And I'm not saying Benquad rips their style, or I'm just saying I can hear the influence and the love, but they have their own thing for sure, but I knew it, I called it. I felt so fucking, like, knowledgeable. I think if I didn't add the 5, if I had just the 10 on there, I could have done the 3 reps. Alright, I'm kind of depleted. I think I might just go with the 80s today. I think I saw on like YouTube or some shit, like in Summer Death, during the recording process, I think the drums or the guitar were in someone's house, like their garage or an extra room, and you could hear the dryer or the washing machine, and you can hear it in some of the takes when it gets quiet, but they kept it in there, and I fucking love it. I don't know if I love it because I already fell in love with that band in the first place, or if it just genuinely was cool. I feel like if I were to do that, I'd cringe, but they did it and it's cool. But I think, honestly, I like the initial mix, the anniversary version. It sounds good, but some of the samples are different, longer, and I don't know. You know, once you fall in love with a certain sound, you just can't really go away from it. So I have Summer Death on vinyl. I have As It Were on vinyl. I have Couples Therapy on vinyl. I really wish they never made it, which is why I don't have it, but I would love a Summer Death like wall flag for my room. Oh, I have Summer Death on cassette too, so. All right, I need to stop yapping. Bench kind of gassed me out. Okay, yeah, no, too light. I don't know if I want to do the 100s or the 95s. I hate 95 because, like, just go up to 100s, you know? It's just 5 pounds. Oh, technically it's 10 pounds, but it's 5 pounds. Hear me out. I love modern baseball, obviously, but I would much rather have the Marietta reunion than the modern baseball. Personally, I felt more emotionally attached to Marietta than modern baseball. Modern baseball is goated, don't get me wrong. I have a modern baseball flag banner in my room, but Marietta just hit different for me. I think it was the time of my life that I was in, and nah, man, nothing can do it. No one's better in my eyes in the Midwest Emo world. They are the goats of that realm, that era, for sure. I'm not gonna lie, hundreds after benching is a bit of a shocker. I usually, if I know I'm gonna do the hundreds on incline, I usually start with incline, but today I don't know. I started with bench today, which means I'm usually go lighter on incline because I'm already fatigued, but the 85s felt too light. That was 8, that felt good. I'm gonna do one more like that. All right, this isn't Summer Death related, this is As It Were related, but in the Pony Up music video, freaking some of the members of Jank were in the video, and in the last show, well, the formerly last show on YouTube with before the split, Lou from Jank was there, and What a shame that was, bro. Jank had so much potential. If they weren't canceled and Marietta and Jank did a tour together in the West Coast, I would have loved that, bro. But, you know, Lou did what he did. I'm gonna keep it real. I still listen to Jank. Do what you will with that information. Jank is one of my favorite bands musically, not as people, musically. Incredible riffs, incredible song structure as well. I would say Jank and Marietta are the two bands that altered my shit. I learned a lot of Midwest little tricks from learning Jank and Marietta songs on guitar. Yeah, man. If they weren't, you know, if they were just normal people and didn't get canceled, I think they'd be very, very, very popular right now. It's been like 10 years, so yeah, they'd be huge. All right, yeah, that time I felt the hundreds. I'm only doing chest today, no tricep. I'm doing that tomorrow, along with shoulders and biceps. I'm gonna do one more chest, abs, cardio. I'm out. I started out as a pop punk kid, happily, proudly, and then I went from pop punk to heavy. And I went from pop punk to indie, kind of surf rock, alt shit. And then from there, I went to heavy Midwest Emo phase for years. And then now I'm kind of back to pop punk, but more pop punk mixed with Midwest Emo type shit. That's like my main music. But Summer Death and Marietta are in my top 5 bands all time. That tone from Summer Death too is so... That's like to me, that's like the Midwest Emo tone. It's clean, but also drivey. And the drums, the way they were mixed for that sound, that album, that style were perfect. Like, especially for So They Left Me at the Gas Station, that little like roll that he does. And like the intro, not the intro, I guess it's kind of like the intro, but it's like I don't know what part. I know the part, I don't know how to describe it, but the little roll he does for the intro part, that's what made me like fall in love with the sound and the atmosphere of the album. I already knew like, oh, I'm gonna love this by far, and I did, bro. It was amazing. I love how both singers are pretty much in every song, and sometimes there's even just saying the same parts. Just Evan is just saying I'm louder and whinier in a good way. I like the whiny. I love his vocals, man. Ethan, the higher pitch guy. I'm not gonna go to the posing room. I just did chest. There's nothing to look at. I'm gonna do some abs and cardio. And yeah, I'm out. But I'm gonna stop it here. But pretty much, man, tickets go on sale Friday. I'm for sure copping San Diego, maybe LA, probably LA. And I mean, like I said earlier, I'm still in disbelief that they're together because I haven't seen them. I've only seen live videos from the reunion shows, but I think once I see them live, I might actually shed a tear or two. I'm being dead ass. That band means so much to me, and the fact that it's the original lineup, it's not even like a fill-in member or even two. It's them, which makes it even more special, even more original. And I'm just so hyped for them to be in San Diego. That's my Marietta reunion / Summer Death glazing. Top 5, Summer Death, top 5 album all time. Marietta, top 5 band all time, in my opinion.